What up, my freaks? RuinousInsight here with part 45 of my Total Warhammer 2 modded Deathmaster Snikch campaign. Now, I know it's been a while, but I had one of those crazy work weeks, but hopefully the next one won't be at least half as bad. We'll see. Anyway, here we are. Last time we were able to take Lamia and destroy for good the faction. It looks like Khalida has finally reaped what she had sown with betraying us early in the game. Now, with regards to the orcs, they are also destroyed, and now we are just waiting to power up Deathmaster Snikch's army with an extra couple of Death Runners so that we can get the Cloak of Shadows quest going, because we would like to complete that before ending off the campaign. Now, speaking with regards to the end of the campaign, we are very, very much near it. Really, the only important enemy left, the only important thing we have to do is to destroy the last defenders, which we are going to begin in a few seconds. And then other than that, I think the only other thing we have to do is use a couple of schemes, and we will use one probably next turn. We do have to decide which faction to wipe out for good. I was thinking about using it on Bretonnia, but they do like us quite a bit. The problem there is, of course, pretty much everybody likes us. We could also wipe out the vampires. Of course, the problem with that is if we were to do so, all of these factions would just move into their former territories. We don't really want their territory ourselves, because I don't really feel like going in there. And they are kind of a buffer with regards to sharing the borders with the Empire and all that stuff, because I don't really want their territories either. So once again, I'm not completely sure who we're going to destroy outright. Might just do Bretonnia just for the fun of it, no particular reason. I would do Ulthuan, but the thing is, Ulthuan's kind of messed up. Alariel's is the biggest faction, it's got like 10 settlements, and Lothern faction is still quite small, and there's really no point to waste the ability on it. Anyway, this time I think we're going to start off by attacking Mr. Kroggar over here, who has foolishly gone right outside Lamia, so we can freely attack him. I don't actually want these guys to reinforce. Oh, that would be annoying. They're just going to reinforce, aren't they? Okay, we have another option here. He's not going to attack us himself, so here's what we do. We take Icket, we put him right here in raiding stance. There we go. Oh, he doesn't actually heal off of raiding stance? Come on, Nick. Try a little bit harder than that. And then Queek, you actually can't move this turn, so yeah, we'll actually attack Kroggar next turn. Abskid, you can do the exact same thing. Go right here, maybe? No, you can't. I won't be able to get close enough. Alright, that's fine. You can just keep in your offensive encampment stance. I don't think they're all going to attack Icket, because they'd all be insane too, so we're going to end the turn with that. And then next turn, Morlock will be ready with our half Pestilence, half Molder army, and with a lot of monsters. It should be a pretty neat army. I'm pretty excited to try that out. Hopefully we can get to that this episode, but we'll see. It really depends on how long it takes to kill Mr. Kroggar over there, along with his little buddy. Okay, we got a few assassins moving around. I completely forgot I had these guys moving, but it doesn't really... Wow, everybody's moving around. We also still have to destroy the Bjornlings, but of course Mr. Snikch is going to do that himself as he slowly comes down from the mountains of the orcs, as they are no longer a threat. Now, one of the problems with the orcs being dead, as I said before, was that lots of factions might start disliking us. If we were to destroy the vampires, I wonder if that would mean for a pretty hefty boost with regards to relationship with everybody, because nobody really likes the vampires except us. Everybody's kind of at war with them. If we were to destroy them outright, I'd be really curious if there was a relationship boost, but I guess we'll see. Non-aggression pact with Balthazar Geld. I don't really care about it. He's rank 38. We're rank 2.
Mistake.
And you, we already have a non-aggression pact with you, Mr. Ungrim, so I don't think a military alliance is just worth it, because you're just gonna attack somebody that we like the Dark Elves, and then that just takes away like 5,000 trade gold or something ridiculous like that, so there's absolutely no point in doing that. Alright, and we're still fighting with the Beastmen in theory after that betrayal, political maneuvering by the Wood Elves, but hopefully they won't come down near here. I saw one of their armies near the Wood Elf portion of the map. Okay, faction destroyed. Ivres, that's great. Kazrak, A quest to defeat Kazrak. He's not coming here. He's most likely just gonna die up here fighting somebody. Let's see, we got raiding, don't care, raiding, don't care, raiding, don't care, raiding everywhere. You can keep stealing tech. There we are. And leveling up while you're at it, and you already have all your most important stuff, so we don't care about what we got here. Now let's see where our friends the lizards have moved, because that's where we're gonna fight. And what the hell is... Oh, they got... What the hell? Oh, that's a neat little army. Oh. Can we get close enough with Queek? Yes, we can. Oh, this is gonna be glorious. Wait. What's the proper way to do this? This looks like cinematic battle. I mean, I'm not even sure we could defeat this army with all those dinos. That's exciting as hell to me. Okay. Queek, you, my friend, are gonna come out right to here. Right here. Hopefully you won't suffer attrition. I mean, you're a little bit hurt, but it's not horrible. Okay, and then we do have an assassin out here. We could try to damage this army a little bit, and in fact, wait, would it be better to damage Krokgar's army? Honestly, his infantry are just going to get wrecked by Iket's army, so let's use it on this army. Let's see if we can. Alright, there we go, success. How much did... Wow, that did nothing at all. Tiny amount of damage on the salamanders. That was silly. Okay, well, regardless. That's fine. Morlock, you get ready, buddy. Get ready. You can trespass on these guys' territory. Really? Come on, guys. Give us some military access? No. They're not gonna play that game, are they? Okay, fine. I guess we'll have to, really? Can you jump over their territory? Yes, you can. Perfect. Good job, Morlock. Good job, buddy. And you're heading straight down to Teotihuacan and the Golden Tower, and let us see if we can have this a nice little cinematic battle by attacking you guys. And you declare war. Ooh, wait, who are you at war with? You're at war with the Jagged Horn and the Servants to Chaos, so nobody that we care to curry favor with by joining the war. So Iket, get to it, buddy. Declare war. Call allies. No, I don't really care. War declared. A few of the good factions are probably not going to like this, so we have to destroy these guys and win this campaign before anything crazy happens, but I'm so excited to finally get a nice big old cinematic battle with both Iket and Queek working together against all of these dinos. I would have liked for Morlock to handle this, but he's going to get into other fights with this stuff, I'm sure, so let's just do this thing. Alrighty, here we go. This is one of those classic matchup battles that I tend to spend the entire campaign hoping that they will happen. The rats against the lizards, as happens in Lustria, is now happening in and around the desert. Very, very nice. This is always so fun. I love watching the giant dinos charge the Skaven gun lines and stuff, and having the Skaven use all of their crazy knickknacks to even the playing field, as it were. And we're starting off the bat by pelting this poor feral stag with our Warlock Jezzails, or Warplock Jezzails, rather. They are very, very... I mean, I don't even remember what their armor piercing is, but it looks like it's pretty decent, because the Basti has 100 or 120 armor, I don't recall. Or does it have 150? I remember it has a crazy amount of armor, and it's it's dropping fairly quickly. Now, the key for this particular battle, of course, is going to be... Oh, let's see about these Warp Lightning shots coming in as well. Oh, this poor Basti. I'm the worst day. Oh, it doesn't... is it actually possible to knock these dinos down, or can they only be knocked back slightly? It looks like he gets staggered, but he doesn't appear to be able to fall down like a giant does when it gets hit by a cannonball or something like that. Well, benefit of having 4 legs, I guess. Anyway, let's take a look at what we're doing here. We have our small line of just our cav-like units, being the Doomflayers and Doomwheel, and we also have our reinforcement line coming in, and that is our melee line. We did have a perfect starting position for Mr. Ickett's host. The gun line has a staggered position going down the slope so that they can all fire over each other's heads. This was an amazing position to start in. We have the Warp Lightning Cannons all the way up top, along with the mortars, getting some insane range and all that there, and especially because the Warp Lightning Cannons don't have to fire through our own troops. We've seen them do that time and again. Plus, we have both of our Warlock Engineers basically in the middle of the entire gun line because they were able to get close, and that means when they use their ballistics calibration and all that sort of stuff, they can use it to full effect. So that's perfect. What isn't perfect, obviously, is the fact that the enemies have a ton of dinos coming in. They have a bunch of these Carnosaurs and some of those heavily armored dinos, plus they have a Mr. Krokgar himself, and oh look, a couple more Basties. Now that's obviously a problem because the gun line can't protect itself. Once they approach that we've seen time and again that the enemy is just able to break through. Oh, wow, you should have not been running around in the shadow of this feral Basti, who is about to go down. In fact, let's watch it die, and while it dies, the thing is, this is basically going to be a race against the clock. Will the enemy line reach our lines and breach the relatively fragile gunners before the Storm Vermin line under Queek gets here? And there we go, the death of the Basti coming in. One last wave of his oh, I kind of feel bad now. Poor little Basti. Wait, are you actually dead? Yeah, he's dead. He fallen. That jaw. Look dislocated there. Alright, down you go. Yes. Okay. As I said, a race against the clock. We need our Storm Vermin host to actually protect us and serve as a meat shield. We don't really have much of a meat shield on the right side, though. We do have these 2 units of Plague Monks. They are moving a little bit quicker than the rest of the line, and they can summon a meat shield fairly quick, so we can just hope that they get there in time. Anyway, that's enough of the slow motion for now, I think. Let's just watch this happen. These guys are foolishly trying to gather together, and that's going to be a problem for them for the simple reason that they're not trying to breach our line as fast as possible. I think if this was a I mean, obviously, if this was a player, they'd probably try to surround the hill or not approach this just ridiculously like that, or maybe even just get a giant pile of dinos to breach the line before our own reinforcements got here. But either way, what the AI is doing here is not a good thing for itself. Obviously, the salamanders and the Razordons, cool looking though they are. I don't remember the last time I zoomed in on these guys. They look pretty neat. I like the orange coloring that they get here. I guess that's what the do they all get that, or is that the faction? Regardless, now they've decided to move towards us. They're, of course, still getting pelted, and poor Mr. Kroggar is getting targeted. Obviously, we don't want him coming in, so I decided to get at least the Warp Lightning Cannons to target him directly. And I don't remember whether I told the Giselles to do so. I think they had another target in mind for them. But the Warp Lightning Cannon is doing quite well. Mr. Kroggar is already at, under 2/3 HP. And yes, we are able to get some use out of our Doomflayers and our Doomwheels. We can't really move through the enemy lines because the enemy doesn't have much in the way of infantry here. So this is mainly our distraction Carnifex, distraction Doomwheels and such over here, trying to get a lot of their cav to move away, protect our guns from being attacked by this. They do have a few infantry units over here, but charging them would be completely suicidal because we just get mobbed by dinos. And look what we have here. The Plague Monks are about to crest the hill, so it looks like we are in fact going to make it in time. Let's speed it back up. I'm excited to see there we go. Okay, you know what? Let's just let's slow it back down. Oh man. I wanted to speed it up so that we could see the rattling guns, and look at that bullet hell coming in. Damn, charging up the slopes into that seems like a bad idea, guys. Although the Carnosaur probably doesn't really know it. Lots of those poor salamanders go down immediately. I didn't tell a lot of these units to actually purposely target the salamanders. A Doom Rocket even coming in. Not going to be too many salamanders for it to target here, unfortunately. It's just going to sail by. Let's see, is that enough splash to actually hurt anybody? That doesn't look like it. Oh well. And yeah, I did tell a lot of our units here to target these salamanders. I do really like the unit, and especially the way that they do splash damage could be very, very devastating to our little line over here. We got more shots coming in right into here. All these Razordons. The enemy doesn't seem to know what to do. They're trying to crest the hill, then they're trying to move back. It's kind of bizarre for them. Oh. And let's see, are the Razordons in range yet? I'm not entirely sure that any of them can get in range. And oh yeah, the Razordons did get in range. I was wondering while playing it what hurt this particular unit so bad a little bit afterwards, as I wasn't really watching it. They certainly eat a few of those Razor Spines. This team looks like it. Oh, no, didn't even die. Fortunately, we do have an answer to those Razordons, and that is these Warp Fire Throwers. As soon as they get a little bit in range, they can deal with these guys. And get to it, please. And oh, there we go. The summons are in. 2 units of Plague Monks off, and the worry can end. And yes, our giant pile of Storm Vermin and our Plague, or not Plague Monks, our Clan Rats are coming in. There we go. And good luck. Good luck, Lizards. Look at this frickin' thing. And I'm so glad we have a proper battle line to hide behind. Look at this poor Feral Carno. It's getting targeted. Will it actually reach the line? Maybe it will. Oh, there goes the map-wide buff. Looks like Queek is in the fight, because that map-wide buff is coming in from him. Flamethrowers are working. We have our mortars firing down as well. These poor lizards, they never stood a chance. As soon as we spawned with this hill and we got that massive terrain advantage, they never stood a chance. I wonder what this battle would have been like if we didn't have the hill, or if our reinforcements started on their side instead. But it looks like the Horned Rat still favors us, and we can just destroy pretty much everything from range. And it looks like even our Doom Wheels starting to come back, help out a little bit, chase off the units that are damaged, while the rest of Ikit's host just destroys everything. The Meat Shield is fully committed now. It looks like Krog-Gar even died over here before I even got the chance to see what happened to him. I think he just got brought down by the Warp Lightning Cannon. He never really had a chance to do anything. The Soroskar veteran is still in here, but I think this battle is just about over, in fact. What a tremendously foolish move to charge like this. And once again, it's great to see a double army, and with Skaven, a lot of the time you do want these double armies, either a slave army or otherwise, just to act as a tank. Ikit's army, or our Meat Shield rather, Ikit's army clearly needs it. It can't really function by itself, which is kind of weird, but it is just the way that the Skaven are played in this particular game, with the exception of certain army compositions, of course. But in campaign in particular, you gotta use either a slave army or an other Meat Shield. Looks like you're running away, Mr. Steg, and the rest of the enemy should be routing fairly quickly. They still have a few units alive, but I mean, we have our orderly ranks of Storm Vermin here, and oh, look at this Steg. He's actually trying to help. His brothers didn't manage to do anything, but he's taken shot after shot from both the Jezzails and the wow, he's dropping fast, and the rattling guns, damn, and a routing. It looks like you just melted, absolutely melted there. Poor air unit. And I don't think any of our units even got hurt. This little fella's being melted by the flamethrowers and by the range line. He actually charges in at the last second. That probably saved him from death. And everybody else is just going to get cleaned up. This particular battle already over. The firepower is just too telling. Would have been nice to get a few more of these battles. Hopefully we can find some nice, similar type of big old battles for Warlock and his new army full of monsters, because I do want to see some monster-on-monster action, slash you giggle, of course, and I think we could just freely speed this up. Ikit is victorious. Queek did a good job as well. Oh my god. Was that a Temple Guard unit? They just melted as well, and oh wow, and we're getting lag because of all the particles exploding on screen. And yeah, that was a Temple Guard unit as well. Good, good. Alright, we're going to chase down a few units. Obviously, don't really need to spend time watching that. Looks like we got one of our assassins chasing down. Will you be able to get him? No, the Steg's going to get out. How unfortunate. And just a couple units left here. You're out, and yeah. We actually have surprisingly bad chase, whereas Deathmaster Snikch has amazing chase. This army really can only use the Doom players and the Doom wheels to chase, and they're surprisingly not that good. There's that bug that makes them move certain types of units forward, which means they do nothing there. Close defeat, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. But they're good at chasing down infantry. They're just terrible at chasing down small lords. I don't remember whether they're good enough at chasing down giant units or not, but I guess we'll find out in a future battle as maybe we'll head Ikit towards the Bjornlings now, maybe get him a battle there, as I don't think he'll be needed to fight the rest of Krokgar's hosts with Queek and with Morlock here. Anyway, that's it for this. Hope you guys enjoyed that as much as I did, because it was a heck of a fight. Not so much for the Lizardmen, but I do love watching the Skaven go to work. Ooh, a glorious battle for Skavendom. Ikit finally got himself a proper battle line to hide behind in the form of Queek and his primarily Stormvermin host. Very, very good. Poor Krokgar got wrecked in range. In fact, a lot of their units got wrecked in range before they could really do anything, and the ones that made it into melee, unfortunately, were spit themselves upon the Stormvermin's halberds, so they couldn't really do much there. It's a little bit unfortunate that this Basti and the Steg survived, but otherwise it's not really all that much of a problem. We could clean them up pretty quickly. Alrighty, let's see. Now, I guess we're going to eat the captives just so we can auto-resolve the rest of these little armies. So let's do that. They won't be able to move away. Hopefully Ikit can actually move far enough to be able to... Oh, why would you move there? Oh, you poor fool. Yeah, poor Toadman. Okay, let's see. Defeated Krokgar for Ikit. Melee defense plus 10. I actually really wanted that for Queek. Well, okay. Well, Ikit, you can take him out by yourself. But what are we going to do about you? We actually have to take Abskid over here and pop him back into Lamia. Oh, we can't pop him back into Lamia. Huh. Oh, that's interesting. I did not realize that. Because if he attacks Lamia, it can't defend itself. Okay, I may have not thought this through properly. Okay, well, let's see. This is his range, and how close do we have to be? If we're here, can we... Huh. I hope that we can reinforce Lamia from here. I'm kind of unsure now. I guess we're gonna find out. I hope we don't have to retake it, or worse, what if these guys take it right after? That will be... Okay, you know what? I don't like this angle, and it's kind of annoying me. There we go. Let's just spin around like so. Hopefully you're close enough. Wait, in fact, wait, if Lamia... Oh, Lamia can't sally because he's not actually sieging it. Oh, and this guy might come and help him. He doesn't really have much, but still. Regardless, Ikit, you are still going to destroy Mr. Bestel Bus here. Not so best at being the bus. We are just going to auto-resolve this. Nobody's going to die. Good job, Ikit. Flamethrower them completely necessarily. And don't bother with the food. Just keep eating those captives. You do have another battle up ahead of you in Libaras. Of course, probably won't have time to do that this episode. Honestly, it's kind of hard to say. Oh. I thought it had walls. It didn't even have walls. Okay, well, then we're just going to auto-resolve this one as well. And you're almost dead, so no more auto-resolves for you, buddy. Let's loot and occupy. We're not going to bother with pumping the level of this thing. That's okay. Let's also immediately get, I guess, the spice market here. It doesn't really matter what we do, to be perfectly honest. You know what, I'll probably take care of all the buildings and stuff between the episodes rather than trying to do them all right now. Let's just see if there's anything else that we can accomplish fight-wise this particular episode. Just because there's going to be so much admin that I'm going to... if I have to end this a little bit early, it shouldn't be... It shouldn't cause missing anything, and besides, we should be back to normal schedule and probably finish up this campaign, I hope, within this week. I mean, honestly, how many episodes could it possibly take to have this army go out and destroy these guys? I don't imagine that much. I don't imagine more than 4 episodes, depending on how big the battles are, like, against them. We still have to confederate Mr. Tretch Craventail, but that should be done at any point, really. We also still have to do this quest, the Cloak of Shadows, which should become available next turn. And then finally, we also have to destroy the Bjornlings and take Karaz-Karak, because we can't possibly end off the campaign without taking Karaz-Karak. So yeah, maybe 4 episodes, maybe a little bit more, I don't know. Oh, one annoying thing, I did get the Undercity established here in Karaz-Karak, hoping that we could pop a nice Vermintide here, but here's the problem. It costs 140 discoverability to build the Rat King here, whereas this is at minus 20 over 30. They built a freaking... whatever their version is, Marauder Patrols, I think it's called. Yeah, Marauder Patrols here, so that the discoverability is plus 40. So even if we were to build all the anti-discovery buildings, it wouldn't work here. It would get immediately discovered. I guess what we could do is try to build the Rat King anyway, but the likelihood of them not destroying the Vermintide by the 10th round is pretty unlikely. And honestly, I don't even know if we're going to make it to 10 rounds, because I feel like Deathmaster Snikch is just going to get there before then. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to call it here. We're probably going to pop a right next episode as well, since there's no more fights. The goal for next episode is going to be primarily to get Morlock into some fights. In fact, I may just, since Ikit and Queek have both fought quite a while, especially Ikit, I think maybe we'll just send Queek forward a little bit and then Morlock down here as well. Try to get as many of these fights as possible with Morlock's army, since they're new and they haven't had much playtime, and, you know, they deserve some. Because... they're the only units that we haven't really used. I mean, obviously we've been using the Plague Monks, not the Censor Bearers, but the regular Plague Monks, because we've been summoning them regularly, but we've gotten, like, no mileage out of the Hellpit Abominations, and, well, we got a little bit of mileage out of the Rat Ogres, just out of Queek's army, because it used to have that set, which is now an Abskits. But anyway, I'm just thinking about the next couple of episodes, getting a little bit ahead of myself. So yes, this is where I'm calling it. So yada yada yada. All glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching.